Continuing the series of weekly contests 286, this one is the last one in the queue, which is maximum value of k coins from piles. Here in this question we are given n piles and we need to pick up k coins out of these n piles such that the total of those k coins turns out to be maximum. So let's walk through this very simple example. We have 1, 10, 3 in the first pile, donated by the first element of the pile array. The second array is 7, 8, 9, represented over here like this. The value of k happens to be 2. So one possibility is you pick up the first element of both these piles, 1 and 7, the total becomes 8. The other possibility is you don't pick up any coin from the first pile, rather you pick up both these coins from the second pile, 7 and 8. So you have picked up 7 and 8 over here. The next one is you pick up 1 and 10, 100 from the first pile itself, and you don't pick up any element from the second pile. Out of these three possibilities, which one is giving you the maximum answer? It is 101, and that becomes your result. So we'll exactly follow these same steps as I have talked here. The question itself gives you the answer. This depiction itself tells you the way to go about the solution. Now let's move on to the presentation section where we will talk about the approach, and then we'll move on to the coding part. So LeetCode 2218, maximum value of k coins from piles. It's a hard level question on LeetCode. However, I can state this question that it is of medium category, given the fact that we have already solved a lot of questions of dynamic programming, and the concept that we will use specifically aligns with knapsack category of dynamic programming. If you have not seen knapsack problems in the past, I would request you guys to kindly have a look at them first and then come back to this problem, because it's exact replica of it. If you carefully observe, then you will see that there are only two possibilities. You can either skip the current pile into consideration, thinking that there are more possibilities or better possibilities in the upcoming piles, skip the current pile, or there is a possibility consume an element from the current pile. The second possibility is this. So let's walk through both these possibilities by an example. Consume the current pile, CP. So let's hypothetically assume that you used the first coin or consumed the first coin and the value of k gets reduced by 1. Now there are two options. Either you consume the next coin from the upcoming index, which is 100. The total would be 1 plus 100 gives you 101. What is the other possibility? The other possibility is you simply skip this pile after 1. What do? You move on to the next index, and here you will see the first element happens to be 7. Now you are interested in consuming the element from the next pile instead of that pile itself. 7 plus 1 gives you 8. Out of these two possibilities, which one is greater 1? 101 is greater 1. As a result of which, you will shoot for consuming both the coins from the 0th pile. So there are two variables that come into picture: the pile index, which will be represented by I, and the j index, which simply represents at what index in the current pile are we currently looking at. Just hold on, if you are still confused about I and j, it will be crystal clear in the coding section. So let's quickly hop on to it. Here in the first go I have created the DP array, and it will be equal to new integer. It's a 2D array, n plus 1, k plus 1, because n and k are inclusive in nature. N represents the size of the pile or the number of piles that I have. Here I have created a helper method knapsack, which accepts pile, the current pile into consideration, the index of the current pile into consideration, and the total number of coins that are still yet to be picked. And by default, the value here would be k. So let's walk through this helper method knapsack, which forms the core concept of the problem. So I represents the current pile into consideration, k represents the total number of coins yet to be picked from the pile. In case my I happens to be 0, less than 0, or k happens to be 0, either ways, I simply return 0 in that case, because you can't get more coins. If I've already calculated the DP of I, j in the past, I simply reuse it. Otherwise, what do? I identify the value of n, which will be given by minimum of the value of k that I have and the size of the current pile into consideration. For example, there could be case where the total number of coins yet to be picked are 100 and the size of the current pile into consideration is 10. As a result of which, we have to limit up till what level you can consume the current pile. Now moving ahead, what do? I exclude this current pile. Let's forget we are not interested in consuming any element from this pile. So I recursively invoke knapsack, I pass in piles, I reduce the value of I, and the value of k remains the same. Now I'm interested in identifying, if I include the current pile into consideration, what is the maximum score that I can make, or the maximum sum that I can make. I start the iteration from I equals to 0, some variable is initialized to 0, I is less than j is less than n, j plus plus. I consume the jth element from the ith pile, I add it to my sum, and with each iteration I calculate the maximum inclusive value that can be generated. It would be given to math.max. You include that current element that you have calculated so far, and the other one would be sum plus. You recursively invoke the knapsack helper method. You pass in piles, reduce the value of pile. You are skipping the current pile, and you are also reducing the value of k by j units. And once you have done that, what do? You calculate the maximum value of included or excluded value, the maximum out of these two. You store it in your DP array and you simply return the result. So let's try this up. Accepted. This brings me to the end of today's session. I'm attaching the solution to the knapsack problems in general, and I really hope, if you are unable to understand what I am doing here, this is exact same steps as knapsack. Do give that video a shot and then come back to this problem. Thanks for viewing it. Have a great day ahead. And with this, we have completed all the 4 questions of the weekly contest 286.